everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori Brame. This is Holy City Mystic. Thank you so much for being here, and if you would take a minute, like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. So today I am actually answering a question of a video that I did recently, and I just thought it was such a good question. I wanted to go ahead and do a video just explaining my answer. Part of that is because when I write something in the comments, which I do try to reply to as many comments as I can, but when I write something, sometimes I have to write the same thing over and over again because a lot of people have the same question and I'm literally just kind of copying and pasting my answer, or like switching it up a little bit because there's a little variation in the questions. But I just thought this was such a good question and I really wanted to answer it fully. So the video I did was called How Strong is Your Sun Sign? And it has to do with calculating how much you identify or feel with your sun sign according to where your ascendant is in the chart. If you want to check it out, go ahead and click the link below. It'll take you right to it. But two people asked questions on it that I want to cover both of them in this video. The first one says, I'm curious if you can force yourself to be your sun sign or not. And then the other question said, do you know how to make your sun sign stronger? So these are very interesting questions because a lot of times people don't relate very fully to their sun sign. They might have a very strong sense of their moon sign, or they might have like a very strong identification with their ascendant sign. However, their sun sign, they don't really get. So in evolutionary astrology, it has to do with the evolution of the soul, and it comes along with the idea that you are reincarnated to play out different paths during each lifetime so that you can become a more fuller sense of yourself. And each path, each chart that you are incarnated with is going to have different plot points, different karmic lessons that you have to take your entire lifetime to learn. There's a lot packed into that. But when it comes to the sun sign, a lot of evolutionary astrologers believe that your sun sign is the person you are in this life. It is that person who you learn to be. Your moon sign is what you were in a past life. So this is very interesting with people who maybe the mother has a sun sign that is the exact same as a sun with that same moon sign. So the mother is in Aries and then the sun has a moon in Aries. Oftentimes these people, it's a very volatile relationship. There's a lot of challenges, but what that child is being incarnated to help that mother along with her journey to become an Aries. That child is an Aries from the inside out. They have that moon in Aries, they know their soul, they know exactly who they're supposed to be, but the mother might need a little bit help becoming that Aries person. So with your sun sign, it is who you become over the course of this lifetime. So you might not identify with it, and you might have a lot of hard aspects to your sun sign where you really don't connect with it. You might actually have a sun in the 12th house, which is kind of the closed closet of the zodiac where it's hard to see what is actually in there. So my best advice with connecting more with your sun sign, because the more you connect with any part of your chart, the more you strengthen that part of your chart. It's not about having a weak or a strong sun sign, it's about how much do you connect with it, how much of the energy are you actually getting back from it versus putting into it trying to understand it. It's about how much of the energy are you actually gaining from your sun sign versus just being like, I don't know, I'm kind of untethered, I don't really connect to my sun sign at all. So one of the things I would encourage you to do, here's just a few little quick tips about like how I would definitely encourage you to connect with your sun sign. You're going to want to look at the planet ruler. So if you have a modern and an ancient ruler, I would definitely start with the ancient ruler. So, you know, for Aquarius, it's not going to be Uranus, it's going to be Saturn. Really sit with that and try to think of how Saturn is related to Aquarius. Another one is Scorpio. I would focus more on Mars versus Pluto. And then once you've really gotten that down, once you really understand how that ancient ruler is ruling that planet and how that planet is connected to you in your life, then bring in the modern ruler to add kind of a nuance into the energy. But there are so many places on the internet where you can just get a list of good and bad attributes from each sign, good and bad. I think they're all good. It's just the good blown out of proportion, or, you know, like the good not in a very strong, empowered way. So get that list, focus on that list. If there's something on the list that you want that you don't think you've really matured into yet, then focus on that and try to take on some of those habits and some of that conscientiousness to make sure that you are maturing into that sun sign, because that is who you are supposed to be in this lifetime. So if you don't connect with it, you kind of are disconnected from your life path, because that was the path that you were given. That is something that you will have to come to terms with eventually. So I would just get that list, focus in on it, see if you can embody these different characteristics. Say you're like an Aries with a Cancer moon or something, and you just like don't identify at all. They're both cardinal energies, so maybe focus on those cardinal aspects. And remember, life is a journey. You are going to feel one way one minute and then feel another way the next. And so you can always grow and evolve, and your sun sign you are stuck with. So trying to identify more with it, trying to understand it more, trying to make space for it more, and space for you yourself, and turning into the person you were always meant to be is, I think, exactly what you should be doing right now. So you guys take care. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.